Syrian army units control Tel Assousan and the factories and the farms surrounding it. And the Russian FM warns of any land and military operations against terrorists in Syria without consultation with the Syrian government first, as he criticizes Obama's statements concerning Russia. On the occasion of Al-Adha, the Damascus Jasmine exhibition was inaugurated at the luxury palace hall in Damascus. Good afternoon, this is News in English from the Syrian Arab Television in Damascus. In the framework of official meetings in New York, Deputy Prime Minister, Foreign and Expatriates Minister Al-Moallem briefed the United Nations Secretary General Ban Ki-moon on the Syrian stand and the latest developments. Al-Moallem stressed that the role of the United Nations General Secretary is to observe the principles of the UN Charter that calls for respecting the sovereignty of nations and non-interference in their internal affairs. Furthermore, Minister Al-Moallem underlined the role of the United Nations in compelling its member states to implement the United Nations Security Council counter-terrorism resolutions, particularly Resolution 2178 that calls for drawing out the sources of terrorism. Talks during the meeting also dealt with the mission of the United Nations Secretary General's Special Envoy for Syria, Staffan de Mistura, and the support needed to make his mission work away from any foreign intervention. Al-Moallem added that training, arming and funding what is called moderate opposition will only prolong the crisis and obstruct a political solution. Foreign and Expatriates Minister Walid Al-Moallem explained to the Cuban Foreign Minister Bruno Rodriguez Parella and the Ecuadorian Foreign Minister Ricardo Patino the regional events and latest developments, especially the crimes of the ISIS, Jabhat al-Nusra and other terrorist organizations in the region, stressing the necessity of pursuing the countries backing them to seize their support. Al-Moallem stressed the necessity for respecting the sovereignty and territorial integrity of nations as stated by the United Nations Charter and international law, as any acts that breach the sovereignty of nations are impermissible. The minister warned that the countries taking part in anti-terrorism alliance might have different hidden agendas. For their part, the two ministers vowed to convey the true image of the Syrian situation to the Latin American countries, stressing on their support to the Syrian stand. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov has warned against repercussions of any military operation against terrorists in Syria without consulting and coordinating with Damascus and without any international authorization.
In a televised interview, Lavrov voiced his country's discontent over American President Obama's stance vis-à-vis cooperating with Syria to combat terrorism. Lavrov called to focus on the core of the problems and on collective efforts to solve these problems based on the international law and in cooperation with the Security Council. For his part, Russian Deputy Foreign Minister Mikhail Bogdanov underlined the importance of working with all partners to combat terrorist organization ISIS and to coordinate with the Syrian and Iraqi government. He warned against the danger posed by the terrorist organizations on the international community as a whole. A Syrian Arab Army unit, in cooperation with the National Defense Forces,
today developed its operations towards Duma city in Damascus countryside, in addition to targeting terrorist gatherings in many areas across the country. A military source said that army units, in cooperation with the National Defense Forces, developed its operations towards Duma in the countryside of the capital and controlled Tel Sawan and a number of factories and farms surrounding it. They continue hunting terrorists, killing great numbers of them. And in a related context, Syrian Arab army units have killed or wounded terrorist mercenaries. Some of them are non-Syrians in a series of operations in eastern Ghouta and other areas in Damascus countryside. A military source said that the army units have moved forward in Ain Tarma Valley after controlling most parts of Ad-Dukhaniya district, following fierce confrontations during which scores of terrorists have been killed. The source added that other army units were moving forward southeast of Taiba Mosque and to the north of the cemetery in Jobar, and that many tunnels have been destroyed. In Adr al-Balad, Syrian Arab army units continued combing operations in the town's neighborhoods, removing barricades from the streets and dismantling explosive devices that were planted by terrorists in preparations for the safe return of people who were displaced by the armed terrorist organizations. In Idlib countryside, Syrian Arab army units have killed many terrorists and destroyed their vehicles in Khan Sheikhoun area. In Hama province, army units have targeted terrorist gatherings along Murek al-Latamni, Kafr Zeta axis and killed many of the terrorists. In Homs countryside, army units destroyed a den used by the terrorists east of Al-Qum and killed many terrorists in Al-Hula and Tel Abu Sanasil. Moreover, many terrorists have been killed and others were wounded when a vehicle loaded with mines and ammunition exploded east of Syria Tel area along Ash-Sha'ir mountain in Palmyra countryside. The United States and its allies have carried out at dawn today many airstrikes targeting dens and hideouts used by the ISIS terrorists in Ratla village east of Al-Raqqa province and in As-Sahel village in Al-Raqqa's western countryside. On the occasion of Eid al-Adha and under the auspices of Mrs. Asma al-Assad, the Damascus Jasmine exhibition was inaugurated at the Luxury Palace Hall in Damascus City.
The Damascus Jasmine Bazaar exhibits clothes, accessories, cosmetics, and handicrafts. The organizer pointed out that the prices of the products are reasonable and less than those in the regular markets. It includes special types of handicrafts that are not available in other markets. She pointed out that many housewives participated in this bazaar to reflect the women's role not only as housewives but also as producers of artistic handicrafts. She highlighted the importance of this event in supporting the Syrian economy and promoting quality manual industries. Some of the participants lost their stores because of the current events and can't rent new ones, so this exhibition provides them with a place to sell their products for 6 days. The participants expressed their appreciation for this exhibition because it is an opportunity to display their products to meet the needs of the local market.
The importance of this bazaar today to give image of Syrian broadcast, and today I participate with the handmade accessories and another stuff like vase and mug and another stuff for decoration. And we're here today to show how much Syrian people like to live.
You can see in every people here happy, and this event is very important and make everything beautiful here in Syria.
With this, we come to the end of our news for today. Thank you for watching. For more details about Syria and the region and to view this bulletin again, you can always visit our website in English, www.syriaonline.sy. Stay with us. We have the weather forecast with you and for you, and after that, the latest economy and market news with Vani.